Hi guys, Sandy from the Paddle School here. In today's video, we're going to talk about the paddle return and when you should be lobbing off the return, because there are some really good times to do it, but also there are some times when you shouldn't be actually hitting that shot. So in this video, we're going to discuss those different options, and at the end, we're going to also give you a bonus objective for something that you can try in your next match to also help you practice this part of your game. So before we start, I just want to ask you guys a question. Are you already using the lob? And if so, what are your reasons for using it on the return? Or is it just a question of the ball comes to you and you're kind of just hitting any shot and sometimes it happens to be a return? But if you've got a good reason, put it down in the description below. I'd quite like to know what your purpose is for using that lob off the return. And when it comes to this video, we're going to talk about two types of lob from the return. We're going to talk about an attacking lob, and then we're also going to talk about a defensive style lob. So first, let's look at the defensive situation. Now, if you're returning here and your opponent hits a good serve down the tee, this is more often used down the tee than into the glass, then you're going to move across here and you're going to play a defensive lob to buy yourself time to get back to the correct court position. If you're in this position and you hit a fast ball down to the volleyer, it leaves all of this court space open for them to hit a fast ball, and then you're going to find it very difficult to recover. Yeah. So this is the main time that we use this defensive lob, is if you're in this position here and you want to hit that nice and high, giving yourself time, but also giving them potentially quite a difficult smash to hit. You don't usually use the defensive lob if it comes off the glass, unless you're really stuck in this corner off the double glass, and then you might, but most of the time you'll use this shot on the tee serve. When we talk about the attacking lob, this is normally played off a ball that doesn't touch the side glass and it's not too difficult. It's actually kind of an easier serve, and you see this a lot at the recreational level where players just pop their serve in the middle of the box. And your attacking intention is to take the net straight away. So you want to hit this lob over the heads and then come forward. And this is actually another good reason why it's important to try and have a good serve, because it's more difficult to do that if you serve well against the glass. Now, if you watch the World Padel Tour level, they can hit some really good serves against the glass, and those players are so good that they can actually hit an attacking lob straight off the glass, and therefore it kind of neutralizes that. But generally speaking, your attacking lob is played off an easy serve that's in the middle of the box where you can step forward and you hit the ball directly over the head and therefore move forward with your partner to try and take that net position. You'll see that we talked about the intention of the shot, and that is something that's really important to have clear in your mind as the returner. Because if you're returning and you're not thinking, right, I'm either going to hit down or I'm going to hit a lob, or they've served here, I'm in this position, I need to hit a lob. If you're kind of unclear with your intention, then it's likely that your shot is going to be unclear, and therefore your opponents are going to probably find it easier, rather than you saying, right, I'm going to hit this first ball down to the feet and then the next one lob, or maybe I've got a good opportunity here, I'm really going to hit this lob straight away. And this is something that we talk more about in our tactics course, which I'll link down in the description and up in the corner here. But we talk about how you can take that net position, when to use the Chiquita, when to come forward, all this type of thing. But for now, we're talking about it's really important to have your shot intention and when you're going to hit the lob on the certain types of ball. That's got to be clear in your mind as the returner. Now, most players are normally somewhere in between. That they can hit quite a good lob if it's an easy ball, but their opponent's serve is a little bit better, and often they can hit against the glass, and therefore it's actually quite difficult to hit a consistent lob. So in this situation, I would say you don't want to risk playing a lob if you don't know that it's within your capabilities to hit a good lob, and therefore that leads us into our objective. So the objective for this week, if you go into your matches, is to give yourself a structure. So play one set where you say, right, I have to hit my return down, as into the feet of the opponent or low, and then the next ball I'm going to lob. So you and your partner, you can either do this on your own or you can do it with your partner, but say to yourself, right, this is our structure. For one set, the return has got to go down, and then the second ball has got to be a lob. And then for the following set, you can do it where you've got to hit two down. And notice the difference here. Just adding that structure will help you a lot, because it's one less thing to think about when it comes to the tactics. So in that second set, you can hit the first one down, the second one, hit that down as well, and then after that you can lob. And what that does is that just gives you an option, an understanding of playing down is not actually a bad thing. You don't want to always lob if you're not in a good position. And then after that, like once you've done those kind of 2 objectives for those 2 sets, say to yourself that you're only going to lob on an easy ball. And that might be where you hit a good return, you hit fast down to the feet or a chiquita, and then you force an easy ball and then you can choose to hit it. But if they hit a good volley, maybe you have to hit one more down before you decide to hit the lob. Now on this side, we've got a great video which kind of explains when you should be hitting down and when you should be hitting lob from the back of the court. So that will be a good one to watch after this.